Great Rising. Well, not yet. This is going to be a reading for the collective for the new year, 2025. I already I used lemongrass and rosemary to clear the cards. Great Spirit, please meet me in the channel. Please give me messages for the collective. Ooh. This is marshmallow hot chocolate. And a couple of cookies because I'm greedy. I am. I just want to say that I know that my readings are not going to be for everyone, and they might be offensive, but I guarantee you're going to end up coming back here for answers. I was attacked for years by a lot of witches doing a lot of spell work on me for over about 14 years. So, and I didn't know anything about magic. That's why it was on me for so long. But with it being on me for so long, there was just a lot of things that I experienced. And it honestly didn't bother me. The first 7 years, I barely noticed. I was so protected. But, and it has to do with my religion, Seventh-day Adventist. And the reason why I was so protected, let me just vibe with y'all for a minute. The reason why I was so protected with Seventh-day Adventists is because the 10 Commandments are the center of their religion, of the study. They changed recently with the homosexual laws and things like that. We actually had a pastor that got dismissed for preaching about homosexuality and what it really is and what it means. And they don't want you to know that stuff. And the only way you would, and the reason why they plunge this on the younger generation is because you guys don't know the wisdom books and why certain things were looked down on. There's a reason. And it has to do with, again, the electric and magnetic frequency of your body. It messes it up. Homosexualism with women too. Lesbianism, it messes us up. It gives us too much feminine energy, and that causes sickness. It causes black bile. This is about our bodies. Black bile is one of the 4 liquids, the major liquids that your body produces. And these liquids need to stay in balance, and they stay balanced. This is why I love the Native American medicine wheel. It specifically talks about us as races, how we're different, why we're not supposed to be doing the same thing as each other. And so what's happening is the ice people, which are white people, and they rule the fire, they've come down too far, basically. So if you think about the planet and you think about the poles being ice, it's because there's too much of that energy that has taken over the rest of the planet when it's supposed to be equal. There's entities, there's beings that rule over regions. This is why we have cartography. And what has happened is what the imbalance has done is cause the earth to be more ice. But this is what they're calling in. This is what I'm telling you about. ISIS. Ice is. It's about the foreigner. It's about changing our atmosphere so that another dimension can come in, and this dimension needs it to be cold because they're like dead. They're undead. They're the undead. They're diseased, basically. You gotta know that freezing and cold, it disease too, it helps disease. That's how they heal a lot of cancers, is they freeze them. So you have to understand that they want to stay alive, and this is what this is about. This is about these men that have really done something in they're trying to acquire eternal life, and they're trying to acquire eternal life without the mother. They have turned their backs on the mother. So when you worship Isis, you're going against the mother. You're calling in the ice. Isis. You're not even working with the water. You're trying to freeze the water. Do you understand? Ice is the foreigner. Ice is who deals with the immigrants. I'm not telling you anything that's bullshit or that you can't research yourself. Just look into it. It's certain things. Let me tell you, when my Kachinas, because I have Kachinas, because I found out I have Native American blood. And a lot of this has been me trying to figure out what was that just saved me from these bullets, or what was that blue light that or what was that the beings that I could never sleep. That's why I started dancing, because I was scared of the dark. And you're working all night, so I don't have to be at home alone in the dark. I've been scared of the dark since I was a little girl. Bad in school. I couldn't sleep, so I would be asleep all day in class. It just was really not. And I see why. It's like the Wakinian we're doing that to me on purpose. And it really kept me out of the loop of a lot of things, because I wasn't into school. I had friends and stuff. I was popular, but I wasn't into it. I was tired all the time. And I was terrified of the Wakinian. I thought that they were evil. And when I found out about Native American indigenous wisdoms and things like that, I found out about them, and that they have a lot to do with my spiritual gifts. So I started embracing them, and I'm able to see in the dream state. And that's what I keep trying to tell you guys. These are the things that you're going to be able to do too. It's just that I was attacked so hard that my spirit just had to. I went through a lot of things, a lot of modalities of healing. I went through a lot of people that said they were healers and they weren't. Famous people who turned around and did spell work on me. All that Hotep community and all that shit, it's all bullshit. All of them will do spell work on you. They're all thirsty and hungry and want money. That's all they care about is money. And it was so crazy, because I came in wanting to promote to people and wake up people about diet and about spirituality and about indigenous wisdom, especially. I've always known about Dr. Sebi because he was Seventh-day Adventist too. So he was very popular in the Seventh-day Adventist church, especially the black Seventh-day Adventist churches. So I've been watching Dr. Sebi since I was young. And when he started being popular, it was like, wow, that's Dr. Sebi. And I really wanted to, because Seventh-day Adventist is vegan, or well, they're vegetarian. So you're not supposed to eat meat in Seventh-day Adventist. This is why I like Seventh-day Adventists, because they follow the rules of the Bible, like literally. These are laws, and it's the reason why I know the book so well. Seventh-day Adventists, you're supposed to keep the seventh day holy, so you don't do anything. You don't go out, and that's Saturday night. Well, it's Friday night. So, and that's the biggest party night. It's also the night where more people get killed and stuff. So there's a reason why Saturn is telling you don't rest on my day, because it's a lot. Karma is out on Friday night, because it's sundown to sundown. What you don't understand too is that the moon starts the day, not the sun. So they got us on a whole opposite mind frame, is what I'm telling you, because of the ice. We're not supposed to do what they do. They're supposed to do what they do, and we're supposed to do what we do. And when we practice what they do, it gets us sick. We flip around. We're flipped. It's like mental illness or something. And then we lose our jinn. We lose our spirit because we're offending it and we don't realize it. So a lot like the homosexuality and stuff like that. The reason why people go off is not because they're not being accepted by society. It's because the spirit, you're offending it. You're offending your spirit. Do you know what people went through? You're dealing with your ancestors here, and there's some of them that were raped and their penises were cut off in front of their children and fucked in front of their kids and branded. This is trauma that we're supposed to be cleaning up. And I'm not saying that it's wrong or you're not supposed to be doing this or you're not supposed to be doing that. I'm just asking you to find the facts before you let these people in. Anything that they want to shut everybody up and they don't want you to know the opinion of this or that, it's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. Nobody should be shut up. If you don't want to hear it, you can change the channel, period. It shouldn't be we are not able to speak and express to each other the things that are going on, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the work if you want to make it. The 144,000 is about the crystalline 42 ideals of Ma'at. And they have to be in your body. And it's not going to be that way if it's too much electric, if it's too much magnetic. When I got my spiritual healing, I never thought and I'm not a lesbian. I don't like women like that. I play around when I'm tipsy. I've had a girlfriend, but we didn't even have sex. You know, it's like, I've never really been into women like that. I think women are beautiful. And that was that's kind of what confused me. Because women are so fucking beautiful and sexy and just, they give me chills. We're all so different. And I can see why men are like, what do I do? I can totally see it. I got chills. Because we are all very appealing in very different ways, you know? And men are, I just love how they are. How they were before they started trying to make us fit into a sex doll framework, you know, because men had a certain kind of variety. And then it wasn't just that. It was like a lot of times a man will think that he's not going to be turned on by a woman and end up having his mind blown. And it's fantastic. I love it. It'll be a woman that you don't think, you know. That's why I say you can't underestimate women now. It'd be a little chick. It's this cartoon. What is the big old chicken? And it's that little chicken that likes him, and she got the big glasses, and she be strutting over with her cane and telling him he gonna come with her. Froghorn, Leghorn, I forgot his name. The big chicken, the big rooster. And she be like, you know, and then she always end up with him in the end. He end up shacked up. And that is just like so accurate. Like, men are not ready for any of us, especially when we're confident. And we don't have to be overly confident. And we need to understand that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And men love variety. They don't even know why they are attracted to us sometimes. They don't even know what it is about this one right here. She weird, she awkward, and that shit just drives me crazy. She ain't got no ass, but I don't know, it's the way that the little bitty cheek touch that thigh. She got them thighs. I don't know. It just is always something that they just, and it's something that we'll end up hating about ourselves. It's that one thing that we'll be like, oh, I hate this about my body. I want to fix it. And then, you know, you fix it. And listen to the girls now. They all got these perfect, quote unquote, bodies, but they're like, the real men don't want that because it looks awful. Women, when you got ass, when you got a body, you gotta have responsibility. It takes responsibility. It's a huge responsibility. And the feminine body has just been cheapened so bad. So bad. They like to exploit everything. I mean, and overexploit it. Some exploitation isn't bad, especially if you're doing it for yourself. But for someone else to exploit you and try to put you out there in a way that you don't want to, it's rape. These people are perverts, and it's vampirism, it's witchcraft. Another thing that I try to tell you about witches, and they don't want you to know, is that witches are demonic spirits in the dream state. They're black and white. A lot of you guys don't understand that, but when you show up in the dream state, you have this black and white being state. There's a movie that just came out. I just saw, I mean, it looks exactly like it because they're black and white, like what I mean, like a black and white movie. And you will see them depicted like that in a lot of horror movies. The Ring is one of them. When she comes out of the TV and it's the static of the TV, that's, to me, I think that's what hell is. You know how they say hell fire? It's like this constant fire. To me, because that's where I always see the witches, is in the static. And they use that a lot too in movies, but it's true. It's like a realm where there's no color. And it makes me think about ash. Because it's black and white. It's black and white, and the witches are black and white. They don't have any color. And it just trips me out, too, because I think about colored, you know? We used to call ourselves colored. You guys were not supposed to deal in witchcraft. That's the ice people's thing. And that's because what they're doing is bringing their energy down here. They're messing with the cycles of the universe and the energy to bring their energy down. What we're supposed to be doing is doing what we do, not following behind them. We're supposed to be staying doing what we do, but they're trying to do what we do, and they're making us feel bad about it, like dancing and stuff. But now they're dancing all over the place. They make you feel bad about dancing, but as soon as a white girl figure out how to twerk, bitch, they twerking all over the place. They got dance studios. It's all good. Dancing is fine now, you know, but it's not their thing. And it's still, their energy is not the right energy. You're supposed to be joyful. It's about Oshun. Oshun is the dancer. She's a naked dancer. There's my favorite goddess, Hathor, who's Oshun. There's a story about Ra, right? Ra was all pissed off, and it was raining and shit, and, you know, or it wasn't raining. I don't know. Something was happening, and the rain, it was something about the rain. And it's so crazy because this is how the dancing, that's why the natives dance. They rain dance, okay? Listen. So the crops weren't growing because Ra was hurt and upset or mad or not. He was down or depressed, something like that. You can look it up. Hathor, the dancer, Oshun, the joyful goddess of beauty, love, sex, dance, music. She starts dancing and reveals her honey pot. She opens up her dress and reveals her honey pot. And Ross starts laughing with joy. I mean, it made him so happy. It saved the world. The world stopped. The rain came. And that is just like amazing to me. I love that story of Oshun. And I said something in Scorpio's reading that stuck with me. It's guilty feet ain't got no rhythm. It's something about us being guilty, and guilt messes with the feet. It's called gout. You can get gout. Gout and guilt are associated. So it's just really strange. These little sayings and things, they mean something like deeper than we think. What else did I want to say about the witches? The witches are black and white. They're spirits. They're spirits. Please, you could be mad all you want, but you're going to hear it. Because when it comes to you and you figure it out, then you're going to know you need help, and you're going to need serious help, because the witches are, in the Bible, they're the strongest demons. They're stronger. I doubt if they're stronger than the actual fallen. But honestly, in the Bible, that witch spirit, that jealous spirit, is the worst one. It's the worst one. It's the hardest to get rid of. So, and it grieves away the Holy Spirit. So we're talking about Oshun and dance and joy and free and light. It's opposite. So it pushes that energy away from you. It makes you mean, honored. You're always like this. And if you look at Black Bile with the 4 humors, they have facial expressions, because again, a healer can look at you and tell you what's wrong with you. You're always looking mad. You got too much black bile. You got too much black bile. You need to do a cleanse, and it's about jealousy. And there's a lot of women walking around with the shit face all the time, looking mean, looking ornery, especially black women. And the reason why we're more susceptible to it is because we're black women and we represent the water. So the medicine wheel, black people represent the water, and it's black. So it's easy to get us into that energy. We're not supposed to be in it, though. That's why it's opposite of them. The white women are supposed to be in that energy a little bit. It does something to them. It gives them a drive that they need. I don't know. It's not as bad for them because they're fire. It's like they burn that up or something. We won't burn it up. We'll sit in it, and it'll get darker and darker and blacker and more evil because of our potency as black women. We're not all the same. All women are not the same. We all shouldn't be doing the same things. We all shouldn't be living the same way. We are supposed to be doing our thing, what we do, and let them do what they do. Stop trying to be like them, and they need to stop trying to be like us too. You know, we can indulge in each other's things, but we need to go back to what we do. We need to reset and then come back and play. And that's how energy works, because we are all energy, and black women are a whole different energy than any other woman. You have to be able to see that and admit that. Latin women, whole nother energy than any other woman. That's very apparent. Same for everybody else. Asian women, very different from us. And it's the energy. Siri, I am not trying to talk to you. Leave me. No. They listen. But I wanted to say also, 50 Shades of Grey. When they talk about the Greys, they're talking about the witches. Listen close. Extraterrestrials. Okay, the terrestrius was the name of Earth. before we called it Earth. It's terrestris. Terrestrius or terrestis. I think it's terrestrius. I don't know. But it was called terrestis. So extraterrestrial is like an X-Man. It's like someone with power. And what they're doing, what the witches are doing, and why they have to possess you. They can't be reborn into reality. They have to possess you. So especially beautiful women, like beautiful black women, please don't. Because these witches want to be beautiful. And they want youth and eternal life. And we all know black don't crack. So they will possess you. And it's not going to be pretty because you're a black woman, and it's in the end, it's not going to be good for you. It will not. Now, we have healers, and that's what we're supposed to be. Healers, cleaners. We clean because we are so potent. We can't be dark. It's like when I was dancing. I didn't work on the Sabbath. I kept the Sabbath. I went to church. And they convicted the shit out of me, okay? And that's what church is supposed to do, because conviction keeps you honest. People don't like to feel bad about the things that they do, but it helps you hold yourself accountable. And then the shit isn't piling up, because in the end, you got all this shit piled up. You done put yourself on all these fucking meds so you don't think about the shit that you got piled up, because you're not being convicted. And you're letting it pile up, so it's heavy on you. Your heart's heavy. We need church to be convicting so that we can cry it out and go on about our day. And then we don't go around doing fucked up shit with no conscience about it, thinking that it's okay. And that's how you keep yourself honest, and it's truth. And when I went to church, they made sure as soon as I walked in, they talked about video hoes. As soon as I walked in, they talked about dancing. You think that I'm not used to that? You think that normal people can make me feel bad about myself when I was in the house of the Lord and they were convicting me, and I still knew that I was better people than the people that were teaching me? Because my pastor used to hang out with my daddy, and my daddy is a Rolling Stone, okay? So I know people's business, and it's just really interesting how people forget that God wants truth. He just wants you to be literally, honestly who you are so that he can correct you. If you're lying about who you are, how is God even going to help correct you and help you become a better person so that you can be what you're supposed to be? And then they got these fake angels, which are really the demons. That's why I don't like to use the word demon, because the demons are the secret societies. They're the fucking sororities. They come together just like the fallen angels that came together to agree to do a thing. They made an oath. An oath is a curse. Jesus tells you not supposed to oath or swear or anything, that your words are yes or no, and that's good enough. Anybody that wants you to fucking swear your blood and your life and under an entity is coming to you in evil. That's what Jesus says. And I'm only saying that because secret societies and sororities swear up and down that Jesus is their example. So he's not your example. You need to stop trusting the people before you and do your own research. And a lot of these secret societies are leading us, telling us what we're supposed to be regurgitating out to the public. And we need to stop doing that, especially as readers. We're the leaders. We don't need to be going to anybody and asking them for shit, asking them advice about anything. You're a psychic. What the fuck do you need to know? And, we get confirmation from each other by watching each other's reads. Not even by having to go ask each other a question. We have spiritual power. We're going to come into a time where telepathy is going to come back, because language is inferior. Language is the reason why you can lie. if we weren't speaking and talking and writing, motherfuckers couldn't lie. If we had our telepathic abilities, again, like we used to, and we were trusting spirit unequivocally, like we're supposed to, then we would hear what's wrong with each other. We would know. We would keep each other on point, because when somebody walks in a room, everybody knows. And we would know that. We would know that if we not feeling well, something's wrong, and we walk in the room, everybody's going to know. So we got to keep our shit together. Really. And that's what made us strong. It's the conviction. Telling each other, oh, do what you want, it's all good. That's Aleister Crowley. That's Satanism. It's satanic. And honestly, I'm not against anything, any religion, as long as it's not about throwing me in reverse. Your religion, you need to follow your religion. Follow it. But don't try to come throw me and my people in reverse because you want our potency. And that's what they want, especially with the black woman. That's why they keep us down. We are rated as the least desirable. And that's bullshit. They want our energy. They want us they come get us to fucking promote everything because of our energy. We're magnetic. And we're going to draw everybody in. And that's why I wanted to explain about my readings. I have gone through intense spiritual warfare. I know it doesn't seem like it. It's not supposed to. I'm not supposed to look like what I've been through, right? I'm supposed to, and that's how you know. It's not that it didn't faze me. It was very painful, very hurtful. I have pictures of the shit they did to my face. It's horrendous. I'm going to show it to you. I had to heal my face. It was really a lot. 14 years of curses, heavy curses, that I had to find an ancient tribe that still did ancient vampire magic. And it just happened to be here in America. I didn't have to travel far or anything. And then when they were doing this shit with my face, we ended up going through COVID. For 3 years, we all had to wear masks, and I needed all 3 of those years. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to live my life. I had sores, like monkeypox sores, but just out of the blue, and no one knew what it was. And it was crazy because it's something about when they're trying to do these rituals on you, it's something about the heavy metals in your body. Like, I had 2 teeth that had, and thank God it was only 2 that I had got metal fillings for, before I had started making money. But all my other fillings, everything else is porcelain. So, but those 2 came right out. And then my face, you guys, I want to tell you this about the makeup and the glitter. Look how everything is glitter now. Even the nails, it's about cat eye. They're trying to roll out all this glitter shit. It is horrible for you. It's horrible for your skin. It was almost like my body was trying to clean something so desperately that I broke out in these boils, on my face. And it would be pockets of glitter. So like I would have a bump and I'd pop it and glitter would shoot out. I promise you. It sounds crazy, and it was really painful because you can imagine the glitter being inside there. It was awful. It was awful. I don't have pictures of the glitter, and then it's still healing. It's healed pretty much, but I'll break out, sometimes on this side of my face. That's why you'll see me with my little stars on sometimes, especially around my cycle. Like every woman, I break out, but I'll break out on this cheek because it's still pushing, scar tissue and everything, stuff like that out. And it'll still, like, sometimes I'll still get like glitter here and there. It's crazy, but it's true. I got pictures of all my face, but I found out it was a stigmata. I was going through stigmata, like, and the reason why, let me see, I don't have my phone, but I'll show you. I keep a picture of Mother Mary on my phone. It's the Black Madonna, and she has all these scratches on her face. And that was the ritual they were putting me in. And there's a lot more that goes down to it, but that's the ritual that they were making me the Black Madonna, and they were trying to sacrifice me to a water demon, which is Dagon, which is the Kappa demon of the Kappas. So when I try to tell you certain things, it's because I know, and it wasn't fun to know. I've been gone for a long time for a reason. Intense spiritual warfare. Ancient vampire magic, like Vampire in Brooklyn. And it's crazy that was always one of my favorite movies growing up. So when I started going through this, I referenced it. And I started looking into the Caribbean and all of the things that happen in the vampirism in the Caribbean, because that's where the boats come before they get to the mainland, is the Caribbean. So a lot of that stuff and the voodoo and all that. And vampirism is Greek. People say it's Transylvania, Bulgarian, Romanian. When you look, and then you have to, it's crazy because you can type in where did vampirism start, and it'll tell you all these other places. But if you say, is the vampire Greek? You have to like literally ask the question. I mean, and then it'll say, yeah, actually, vampire was originally Greek. But then, it'll try to butt you, but it's crazy how knowledge is out there, and your jinn and your spirits will be trying to tell you stuff, and you won't understand it because you don't understand the levels before it or under it that made it, so it sounds crazy, and then you have to research it, because that's how you do the spirits. The Bible says you got to test the spirits. Test what they're telling you. Is it a spirit of truth? Truth is important. And truth, the spirits, they'll reveal you the truth. You'll get confirmation after you know this. I'm talking to readers. You'll get confirmation after confirmation after confirmation in the world, in the writing. The shit'll pop up on your goddamn computer, on your phone, on your watch. It'll be everywhere. You know that. So test the spirits, and you test them by the 10 Commandments. If they're telling you to do something outside of the 10 Commandments, it's witchcraft. It's a witch spirit. That's what witchcraft does. It's the 10, 10, 10, the 42. It's a breakdown for our physical, because we're mind, body, spirit. It's Father, Son, Child. It's a Trinity. So it's broken down, and 42, they found out it's called a cube. I forgot a cube number. It's something about 42 that's really special. And then the binary, so the computer code for 42 is 10, 10, 10. It looks like, I don't know how it's broken up. I know I've broken it down before, but it wasn't exact. So it was like decimaled. So if you round it off, it was perfect. But I don't know the math enough to know how to get the right exact answer, but I can get the general answer of why the 42 breaks down into 10, 10, 10. And it has to do with the 72 demons and the 72 angels of the Goetia. They're opposites of each other. 72 and 72 is 144. It's 144. So it's about bringing these twin flames together, because that's what the demon and the angel are. They're smokeless fire. They talk about it in the Bible. They compare God to fire. They say his feet were like burning brass and his eyes are like flames. I mean, you gotta read that book. Read it for the wisdom. Read it like a novel. There's so much drama in there. People is fucking. They fucking each other's baby daddy is shit, just like we doing now. Killing each other is drama. It's a whole lot of drama in there. And you learn from the stories, because they're not perfect people, and they made certain mistakes that the Bible is trying to show you why you don't make this mistake, why you don't do this through the story, because spirit unveils itself. It takes time. You don't want to ruin your life for a moment, for a fleeting moment. You ruin your life, and then you don't know what's coming in your life. You might have something so much better than that, and you ruined it for some bullshit, for a fleeting moment, and now you're not ready for this. That's why witchcraft is no, don't. Just clean the energies. Work with the spirits. When you work with the spirits, when they see something coming, they'll come get you. Hey, it's something over here. You should go over there. Because they love you, because you helped them come back to themselves. The spirits hate the fucking witches. The witches are terrified that they're going to turn on them. That's why they're so afraid of people like me that understand and know, because the spirits will talk to me and they know that they can come to me and not be judged. They're us. This is an enclosed system, this world. Our hate, our guilt, our malice, it stays here. And if we don't clean it, it just gets dirtier and dirtier. And then these witches find a way to trap the spirits and use them against us. And that's what it is. A witch in the dream state is black and white. It's not human totally. I don't know everything, but I do know what I know. And that's not what we are. Even white women should be doing their magic in their region. You know, it just shouldn't be done. America is not supposed to be ice. That's up there. You know, Greenland, Canada, Alaska. Those are icy places. Do that stuff up there. That's where it's supposed to be done. And the Wendigo is up there. That's where the Wendigo lore started, because of the ice. You gotta look up the witches and the ice and the vampires and what happened with the ice and the Norse gods. And listen to what the Celtics say about the ice queen that came to them, because they didn't have any women. They were desperate. Okay, it's a lot out there than just picking up a book that some witch that probably works for the witches that want to pull you down anyway are telling you. Like, you understand that everything works together. And they're throwing us off on purpose because we're the alpha. And I don't think that all white women or Asian women are walking around just jealous of us. So they could be, because it's been put into the atmosphere so long. So they might be deep down inside, but I don't think that they hold malice towards us or want to be doing anything malicious towards us. But they don't understand, just like we don't even understand, that we're not supposed to be doing the exact same things. We're supposed to be different. And we should celebrate our differences. And we should celebrate the differences that are true to each other, not the differences that they're trying to get us to accept all these weird, freaky things that they take ideals and pervert them and totally mess them up. And that's what God is complaining about. It's complaining about you taking my laws and my rules and like flipping them and twisting them and changing them. And now my people don't know what to do. So yeah, I know my channel is not for everybody. I know that I'm here to read for certain people, or maybe just one person. I know that who is supposed to be listening to me is already listening. They're already watching. And they can block me, and I'm supposed to say these things. That's why I dance still. I don't have to worry about the money coming in from this because it's going to be offensive to people. I can say what I need to say freely. It doesn't matter what you think. So that's why I do what I do. And I just want you to understand that when you're tired, when you're really tired and you want answers, I'll be here. Peace.